Whatever.
Hey, let me tell you, it's Arister here. It's been a long day at work, so I thought I'd kind of turn my brain off and have a little bit of relaxing fun on The Sims 4. It's been a while since I popped in, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and transform this cute little simmy here that looks like a towny sim into Bathory from Exos Heroes. I just Bathory because, you know, she's a really cute, I guess, hero, and she has like her own distinct, like majestic yet cold like personality. So I thought I would just go ahead and give it a try here and see what we get. So we have a little screenshot of Bathory here. Hopefully we have all the custom content that's probably available to have her make her look a little bit like her. But we'll see. Like I said, it's been a while since I kind of popped on here. So Bathory is the queen of Greenland, and being the queen of ice and water, she has a very cool skin tone. So I'm trying to find something that kind of reflects that icy like look to her. So it's more of like a cold blue undertone instead of a warm undertone. Now you're probably thinking, you know, why would I be doing this? Because most of the Exos Heroes characters, because of the art style, they look very not different. They look very, very similar. Like their facial drawings and all of that is pretty similar. But anyway, we are going to interpret what we think she's gonna actually look like in this little simi world. Now, I guess I kind of got interested in Sims because I recently saw, you know, like that news update, and they were kind of announcing like Project Renee for the new upcoming like Sims, so technically like not Sims 5, but anyway, so I guess that's kind of what got me intrigued. Thankfully we have our little elf ears here because she is definitely an elf. I'm gonna go ahead and make those ears a little bit smaller so we can hide it behind that thing there. Now this is kind of giving me Christmassy vibes because this girl with no name has a green dress on, and now she has out here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get her transformed into this Bathory. First thing, well, I guess not the first thing. The second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and choose her eye color. Interesting enough, like Bathory has more of like a wine red eye color, you might say. I wouldn't really call it red. I wouldn't really call it purple either. More of like a magenta. Not exactly a pink either. So we're gonna try to find her a perfect shade of that mysterious red. Not that bloodthirsty red, but more of like a like I can do magic really well kind of red, I guess. I don't even know if that makes sense, but this shade of red looks pretty cool. Then we're gonna go ahead and get her eyebrows. Now she has pretty thin eyebrows, but I'm going to be a little bit limited because her eyebrows are blue, and from what I remember, I do not have anything much that has like blue color in terms of eyebrow because I mean, who's gonna go around with brown eyebrows? Not brown, blue eyebrows here in the simi world, I guess. Anyway, we have some blue options here, looks like. But all the eyebrows that I typically would go for, I guess they don't have that outrageous bluish color. But we do have a few options here. I think that's a little bit too dark of a blue. Let's see, do any of other of these have a blue color? I think there was another one, right? Then was it this one? Yeah. So that's not a horrible shade of blue. Let's just go ahead and keep it at that. It's going to become a bit of a challenge later on when we're trying to pick out the hair too, because not a lot of the hairstyles will probably have the blue eye color. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the face shape. So true to the Exos Heroes style, they have very like roundy and yet pointy chins that kind of bring it all together into like this lovely eggy oval E shape. So we're gonna try to recreate that with the facial shape here. Yeah, we're gonna add a little bit more volume to the face by bringing it up. I would think that Bathory, just because she, you know, the way that she handles, or not handles, like talks to Anastasia, that she probably will have more of like a pointier nose, I would think. Like, if that makes sense. Very hard to interpret once again because their noses all look the same. They all have just a line pretty much for a nose, which works for the entire art style. But when it comes to Sims, you can't just draw a line for a nose, or can you? I haven't actually tried. So alright, so let's go ahead and adjust the eyes, get rid of the eyeliner to make her look a little bit naturally while we arrange her eyes. Bathory's eyes is another interesting factor there because It's like pointed. It's kind of like a cat eye and a puppy eye at the same time. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and adjust her eyebrows because there is quite a bit of space between her eyebrows and her eyes from the drawing here, as you can see. She's kind of coming along. Bringing that up made her look kind of surprised, which is definitely not the look that I was going for. Now she looks like an elf in Dear Lights. She looks very kind of confused. She actually looks kind of like a little boy elf too right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and adjust her eyes. As I was talking about, like, because if you look at it, I know that she's kind of half blinking her eyes in this photo. I mean, not photo, I guess, this drawing. But, you know, it still kind of gives like that sexy and cute vibe, like, if that even makes sense. So I'm going to try to recreate it by bringing down the corners just a little bit on the outer edge, and maybe possibly adjusting the inner edge a little bit lower, and also kind of spreading them apart because their eyes were a little bit too close together for my liking. Okay, now let's work on the nose a little bit. I'm gonna try to make them a little bit thinner, like I said, just because of her personality and the way that she talks. I kind of imagine her to have a smaller, like, pointier nose, I guess. But she is still an elf, so she probably has, no, nah. We're gonna go ahead and give her a little bit of a lesser nose bridge there. Okay, let's go on and work on her lips. So in this photo, and just in general, I think that Bathory is always like pouting a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and bring down her lip corners. I don't think that's the right shape of lip for her though. She has a more of a, I guess, rectangular bottom lip, right? Again, she's kind of opening her mouth here. Again, very hard to tell when it's a line. But again, we're just interpreting here. We're going out into our own senses and trying to reimagine Bathory. It's going to give her a little bit of volume in those lips. Bathory is supposed to be quite beautiful from what the Greenland people are saying. I guess that's one of the reasons why Anastasia was always jealous of her older sister. Okay, I think that lip shape actually works a little bit better. Let's go into detail and then powder to the bottom. Now she looks kind of sad, but that is kind of like the look that we're going for anyway in the first place, right? Kind of making her look a little bit sad, a little bit sophisticated, a little bit mysterious at the same time. We're gonna give her a little bit more volume there, so once we get her some lipstick, people will be coming to her beauty, is what we're saying. I guess we're gonna try to make the chin a little bit pointier just to give that Exos heroes their look. Yeah, I think she's definitely coming along a little bit pale right now because she doesn't have any makeup on. Let's just keep playing around with her facial shape structure a little bit, and rearrange the location of all of her features. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and bring her a little bit of color. Starting off with the lips, I think the lips really make or break a sim when you go ahead and use a custom content, that, you know, alpha custom content. I like alpha content. Like, I've never really been a huge fan of the Sims match. But there are some really talented artists out there that make really cool stuff like that. But, you know, just in overall, I think I do prefer kind of like the Alpha CC. But anyway, I would think that because she uses a lot of water, her skin and lips will remain moist most of the time. So I'm trying to find something like a bright pinkish like color, like a reddish pink color. That might work with like a bit of a cool tone on her skin that we're working with here. Hopefully I don't go like the whole vampire route, which is kind of the vibe that I think I'm getting kind of if I went for the Alfie ears. But anyway, let's add a little bit of sculpture for her face as well. bring that down a little bit because she doesn't really seem like the one to wear a lot of makeup in the first place, right? Bathory just oozes in her natural beauty, so a lot of the colors that we're going to use hopefully will reflect that. Although I think she does need a little bit more defining overall in the face to make her look very regal and oh yeah, that's something. Ooh, Bathory is becoming a rock star. Okay, I think I have all of my like eyeliners a little bit extreme. Like something like this would be nice. No, I'll probably have to tone it down just a little bit, but let's see which one we're going to use here. According to the photos, you know, again, she doesn't seem to have quite a lot of makeup on. Like if this was Reino or something, I would probably go full blast with all of these heavy liners, but being Bathory, I think she's more of a simple princess that cares more about her work and power and more than anything else. So I'm gonna go with something very simple, gonna tone it down a little bit just to give a little bit of definition. And I'm talking like I actually know a lot about makeup, which I actually do not know that much. But anyway, let's see. Actually, just looking at this photo again, she has more of like a reddish eye shadow around her. I think if you could even call it her eyeshadow. So let's see if we could find more of a burgundy shade to kind of match her eyes and get her shaded in. Something to this effect here, more of a reddish hue. But yeah, I think definitely having that makeup on helps bring a little bit more interest to her face. Although those elf ears are pretty interesting in themselves, the more that I look at it, the more I'm really glad that I downloaded, because that actually looks pretty cool. I probably will start making more elves nowadays too. And it's not just the eyebrows. Again, you know, once we actually get the hair on, we might need to do a little bit more adjusting. I think her nose is way too big for her face right now. Let's go and shrink that down a little bit. Yes. Okay. And just to let you guys know, I'm actually going pretty fast. If I really get into customizing, like I really get into it. But comes the hard part now, the hair. The hair is the hardest. Now, Bathory has these long blue hair, which is a trouble in itself because a lot of these hairs probably don't have that blue color. But the second issue is that she does have like a braid coming into her hair. I do not think I have any like hairstyles that are long with bangs that have like a single braid coming out, so I'm gonna have to get very close. A lot of these hairstyles actually look good, like, you know, but you know, like this one, you know, her forehead is almost non-existent, so in that case I would have to adjust her, you know, face size once the hair is there. But you can't really blame that, you know, that's pretty normal. No, that's a little bit iffy to me. Let's try some of these hairstyles here. There has to be more. Oh, that actually looks like an anime character. Not quite Bathory. No, not that one either. Probably not that one. This one, the color is nice, but she's missing her bangs. I think she needs to have her bangs. This is a little curly. The blue is not quite blue. It's more with silver. Too short. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't have bangs still. That one has bangs. A little bit too messy. And there's no blue. No, that's Cruella de Vil with long hair in her heydays. And then, oh, come on. There's gotta be something. This is a nice hairstyle, but that is not the blue that I want. Maybe that blue? No, that's not really extruding Bathory vibes, right? Something's a little off. Something's a little off. I need to download that mod that makes them like pose or get rid of them smiling, because this is kind of, I can't really tell, because Bathory never will smile like that. She'll never smile like that. She's acting out of character. Oh, that's a nice one. I'd love to have like a blue swatch. That one is actually quite nice too. It has like a more of a greenish kind of swatchy hair color. This one has a nice blue. That's not actually bad. She looks a little young to be. Oh, I like this one. I think we might have found it. I think this is the best one so far, right? It has the bangs. It has a little bit of the flurry that Bathory has. Yeah, definitely not that one. Am I gonna keep this one? Are we gonna stand it alone at this one? Yep, I don't think we have any other options. So there we go. We have our Bathory hair. Now I'm gonna try to get her out of the green dress. Once we adjust her, she is quite on the thin side. As you can tell, when I'm revealing with a bit of hip. We're gonna go ahead and adjust that a little bit. Oops. Now I don't really have any custom clothes downloaded right now, but I'm gonna put her something else instead of a green dress. She is wearing more of a blue dress, but I don't think I have anything. Ooh, no, that's too much. No, that doesn't really show off a little bit. So, no. Yeah, let's just keep it at that. Okay, so there is my finished Bathory for today. Again, a pretty quick make, but I think she looks like what she would look like in The Sims, and also at the same time reminding me of quite a lot of other characters. Actually, she maybe it's a little bit too generic, but I am gonna stop right here for today. I mean, what do you think of Bathory? I mean, does it remind you of her at all, or is she like just totally just some other random character? And who does she remind you of? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like random gaming content, especially on mobile gacha games, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I post every Wednesday and weekends. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and take care.